Our scripture today comes from the book of Esther, and the context for this story is Xerxes I is the Persian king. His grand vizier, Haman, is out to eliminate all the Jews, to have them exterminated. And this is obviously a terrifying situation for God's people, and a man named Mordecai comes to Esther, who is Jewish but has become part of Xerxes' harem, if you will, and they have this exchange in chapter 4 in verses 12 through 17. When they told Mordecai what Esther had said, Mordecai told them to reply to Esther, "Do not think that in the king's palace you will escape any more than all the other Jews. For if you keep silence at such a time as this, relief and deliverance will rise for the Jews from another quarter, but you and your father's family will perish. Who knows? Perhaps you have come to royal dignity for just such a time as this." Then Esther said in reply to Mordecai, "Go gather all the Jews to be found in Susa, and hold a fast on my behalf, and neither eat nor drink for 3 days, night or day. I and my maids will also fast as you do. After that I will go to the king, though it is against the law, and if I perish, I perish." Mordecai then went away and did everything as Esther had ordered him. A few things I want to share with you about this passage today. First, this is an example of an absolute fast, of not eating or drinking for 3 days and nights. And that's really pushing the extent to which human beings really can go without water. We can go without food for a while, but we really need water. So that first of all tells us how desperate this situation is, to call for an absolute fast, because it's literally a matter of life and death for the Jewish people. And also notice Esther has so many admirable qualities, and one is she doesn't ask all the other Jews to do this and not do it herself. She tells Mordecai, "I and my maids, the women who serve her, we all will do this also." And that's a reflection of good leadership. She doesn't ask other people to do something that she isn't willing to do herself. And you also see that there is a need for people of faith not to be silent in the face of injustice or cruelty or violence. And Mordecai says this isn't a time, basically, to keep silent. This is a time when it's worth putting your life on the line, and maybe even this is why God has brought you to this position of power and influence. All of us as followers of Christ also need to recognize we can't be silent in the face of injustice or falsehood or oppression or violence. We need to be instruments of God's kingdom. And sometimes that involves self-sacrificing servant leadership. That takes courage, like that of Esther.